Welcome back, everyone, to the Fluentmx podcast. This is the #1 place for you to learn natural, everyday American English. I am your host, Olivia, and it is absolutely wonderful to have you listening today. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps us reach as many English learners as possible. Today, we have a very special episode. We are talking about something that can literally change your life. It is the secret ingredient to success. And no, it is not drinking more coffee. I am talking about self-discipline. Self-discipline is the thing we all want, but none of us seem to have enough of. If you struggle with this, please know that you are definitely not alone. I think human beings are naturally wired to take the easy way out. But today, we are going to break down how to actually build self-discipline. I am going to share practical tips that you can use not just for learning English, but for anything you want to achieve in life. Let me share a quick personal story. Just last year, I decided I was going to learn how to play the guitar. I bought a really nice acoustic guitar, bought a bunch of lesson books, and told myself I was going to practice for 2 hours every single day. Let me tell you how that went. I played it for exactly 3 days, and then it became a very expensive decoration in my living room. It collected dust in the corner, and I just could not find the discipline to sit down and practice for 2 hours after a long day of work. That is a classic example of what we call the "I will start tomorrow" syndrome. We set these massive goals for ourselves, we get super motivated for about a week, and then real life hits us. We get tired, we get busy, and we just give up. Why do we do that? Because we focus too much on the end goal and not enough on the process. When I said I wanted to practice for 2 hours a day, that was way too big of a commitment for a beginner. My brain saw that as a huge mountain to climb, and it got completely overwhelmed. And that brings us to our very first tip for building self-discipline. You need to start with tiny habits. You need small, manageable actions that take almost zero effort to complete. Instead of 2 hours of guitar practice, I should have committed to just 5 minutes a day. Or even just picking up the guitar and holding it for 1 minute. The goal is not to become a rock star in a week. The goal is to build the habit of simply showing up. When the task is that small, you cannot make an excuse. You cannot say you are too busy or too tired for 1 minute. And usually, once you start, you end up doing more anyway. It is the exact same thing with learning English. A lot of our listeners tell me they want to study English for 3 hours every day. And I always tell them to stop. That is a quick path to burnout. You push yourself so hard that you eventually crash and lose all your motivation. Instead, try setting a tiny habit. Maybe it is just listening to one 5-minute English podcast on the way to work. Or learning just one new vocabulary word every morning while drinking your tea. 5 minutes of English a day is completely doable. And over a year, those 5 minutes add up to a massive amount of progress. Consistency is always much more important than intensity. Our second tip is to focus on systems instead of goals. Goals are about the result you want to achieve, but systems are about the daily routines that lead to those results. For example, let us say your goal is to lose 20 pounds. That is the destination. But the system is the way you eat, the way you sleep, and how often you walk. If you completely ignore the big goal of losing 20 pounds and only focus on your system of eating healthy meals and walking for 20 minutes a day, you will eventually lose the weight anyway. When you only focus on a goal, you feel like you are failing every single day until you reach it. But when you focus on a system, you succeed every single time you follow your daily routine. So, for an English learner, your system could be reviewing flashcards for 5 minutes in the morning and listening to Fluentmx in the evening. If you follow that system, fluency is guaranteed to happen eventually. Now, let us move on to tip number 3. If you want to be disciplined, you need to make your habits attractive. You need to make them fun. You can use a technique called positive reinforcement. Basically, you pair something you need to do with something you love to do. For example, if you love drinking a special kind of expensive coffee, you can make a rule that you are only allowed to drink that coffee while you are studying English. You are basically bribing your own brain. Your brain loves rewards, and you will not have to force yourself to study. Our fourth tip is one of my absolute favorites. It is all about designing your environment for success. It means setting up your physical space to make good habits easy and bad habits hard. If I have a giant bag of potato chips sitting on my kitchen counter, I am going to eat them every time I walk into the kitchen. But if I do not buy them at all, I made the bad habit difficult. To apply this to learning English, make the good habits as easy as possible. If you want to read more English books, do not leave your book at the bottom of your bag. Put the book directly on your pillow every morning. That way, when you go to bed at night, you literally have to touch the book. Make your study materials visible. And remember, willpower is like a battery. You only have a limited amount of it every day. By the time you get home from work in the evening, your willpower battery is completely at zero. So, try to do your most important tasks, like studying English, early in the day when your battery is fully charged. Our final tip for building discipline is accountability. Accountability means having someone else hold you responsible for your actions. It is so easy to break a promise to yourself. But if you promise a friend that you will meet them to practice English, you are going to show up. Social pressure can actually be a very good thing. I highly recommend finding a study buddy or joining an online community. You can even leave a comment on a Fluentmx video declaring your goals. It makes them feel more real. Alright, I hope those tips help you tackle your goals. Now, let us move on to our pocket words segment. These are words you can put in your pocket and take with you to use in your everyday English conversations. Our first pocket word today is procrastinate. This is a verb, and it means to delay doing something that you need to do, usually because you do not want to do it. For example, if you watch 3 hours of funny videos instead of doing your homework, you are procrastinating. A good sentence would be, I always procrastinate when it comes to doing my taxes. Our second pocket word is overwhelmed. This is an adjective. Overwhelmed means feeling like you have way too much to handle and you feel stressed. Like when you look at a giant textbook and you feel like you can never read all of it. An example sentence is, she felt completely overwhelmed on her first day at the new job. Our third pocket word is consistency. This is a noun. Consistency means doing something the same way over time. It is about repeating an action regularly. An example sentence would be, consistency is the key to mastering a new language. Our fourth pocket word is willpower. Also a noun. Willpower is the ability to control your own thoughts and behavior, especially in difficult situations. An example sentence is, it takes a lot of willpower to wake up at 5 in the morning to go for a run. And our final pocket word is accountability. Accountability means being responsible for your actions and being prepared to explain them to someone else. An example sentence is, having a workout partner provides great accountability. Those are 5 incredibly useful words: procrastinate, overwhelmed, consistency, willpower, and accountability. Try writing your own sentences with these words in the comments below. Next up is our Smooth It Out segment. This is where we talk about common mistakes that English learners make, and I show you how to sound more like a native speaker. Since we are talking about habits today, I hear a lot of beginners make this first mistake. They say, I am lack of motivation today. The word lack can be a noun or a verb, but beginners often try to use it as an adjective, which is incorrect. The most natural way to say this is simply, I lack motivation. Or you could say, I am lacking motivation. That sounds much better. The second mistake I hear very often is when people talk about the future. They say, I will do my homework in tomorrow. They add the word in because they know we say things like in May or in 2024. But you do not need any preposition there. You just drop the word in. Just say, I will do my homework tomorrow. Simple, clean, and perfectly natural. And the last mistake for today. I hear people say, I want to make a good habit. While people will understand what you mean, we do not usually use the verb make with habits. Instead, we use the verb build or develop. The most natural way to say it is, I want to build a good habit. That sounds so much more professional and fluent. Now, let us bring everything together with a quick practice scenario. I recently received a message from a listener named David. He wrote to me and said, Olivia, I am so frustrated. I told myself I was going to read one whole chapter of an English book every night before bed. But by the time I get into bed, I am too tired. I have not read a single page yet. I just cannot focus. If you are listening, David, here is my advice to you. It sounds like you are feeling overwhelmed because your goal is too big. Instead of a whole chapter, I want you to start with a tiny habit. Commit to reading just one single page every night. It takes almost no willpower to read one page. Also, put the book directly on your pillow in the morning. Design your environment to make it easy. And finally, message me back tomorrow for some accountability. You can do this. That is exactly how you can apply everything we learned today in a real-life situation. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Let us do a quick summary. We learned that discipline is not about having massive amounts of motivation. It is about starting with tiny habits, focusing on your daily systems, and making those habits fun. We also learned that you need to design your physical environment to support your goals, protect your willpower, and find someone to hold you accountable. Now, for our question of the day. I want to hear from you. What is one tiny habit you are going to start this week to improve your English? Let me know in the comments section below. I love reading your answers and responding to them. Thank you all so much for listening to the Fluentmx podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend who is also learning English. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember that building good habits is a journey. Be patient with yourself. I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.